Hello friends. Today, let's dive into the fascinating and multidimensional world of those born on March 29th. People born on this day belong to the sign of Aries, but the influence of the date, the number vibration, and even parallel traditions like the Druid, Vedic, flower, and stone horoscopes give them a far richer personality than just the fiery Aries archetype. Think of it as peeling back layers of a crystal. Every angle catches the light in a new way. The core Aries energy of March 29th. Aries is a sign that embodies fire in its purest, rawest, and most untamed form. Ruled by Mars, Aries thrives on energy, initiative, and an almost primal urge to conquer challenges. For those born on March 29th, however, this Aries identity carries an even deeper resonance. They stand at a point in the Zodiac that fuses intensity with introspection, a rare combination that allows them to project courage outward while simultaneously engaging with the subtler, quieter aspects of human experience. Unlike many Aries who are content with simply leading the charge, March 29th natives often find themselves reflecting on why they are fighting, what they are striving for, and who they are becoming in the process. Their fire burns brightly, yes, but it burns with purpose. They are the kind of people who can enter a room and command attention without even trying. Their movements, their voice, their gaze, all radiate the unmistakable presence of someone who was born to lead. Yet their leadership is not purely about dominance, it is about inspiration. People follow them not because they are forced to, but because March 29th individuals awaken something inside others, a belief that greater things are possible. They are dreamers and doers in equal measure. This balance between vision and action makes them natural pioneers. Still, life for them is rarely smooth. Their adventurous spirit often leads them down unconventional paths. They thrive on risk, on the thrill of uncharted territory, on the satisfaction of knowing they dared to attempt what others only fantasized about. But risk also carries danger. Their impulsiveness can push them toward choices that seem brilliant in the moment but chaotic in the aftermath. Despite setbacks, though, they never lose their inner drive. Failure to them is not defeat, it is simply proof that they are alive, still trying, still pushing. At their best, March 29th Aries embody the warrior philosopher. They have the raw courage of Mars, but the date itself adds a contemplative note, almost like a whisper of wisdom that tempers their fire. Unlike the stereotypical Aries who charges blindly, these individuals often pause to consider the bigger picture. They might still leap headfirst into action, but somewhere deep inside, they are aware of the underlying significance of their choices. This awareness makes them capable of extraordinary achievements, because they are not just living for today, they are shaping tomorrow. Their adventurous nature is not limited to career or ambition. They approach life itself as a grand journey. Travel, discovery, learning, meeting new people, and immersing themselves in different cultures. These are not luxuries for them but necessities. They crave expansion, not in a superficial way, but as a way of feeding their restless spirit. When confined or restricted, they become frustrated, even irritable. Their energy must move outward, like fire searching for fuel. Yet beneath this outward boldness lies a softer, surprisingly vulnerable core. They feel deeply, even if they do not always show it. Their courage is sometimes a mask for sensitivity. Their bravado can be a shield for a heart that bruises easily. Critics can wound them more than they admit. This inner tenderness is what makes them truly unique, because it adds layers of humanity to their otherwise fiery character. They are not just warriors, they are warriors who know how it feels to bleed. The cusp they inhabit, the cusp of courage and creation, is crucial to understanding their essence. Courage alone can make a person reckless. Creation alone can make them dream without acting. But courage combined with creation, that is where magic happens. March 29th people have the ability to turn visions into reality, to light sparks in the hearts of others, to begin movements, relationships, businesses, or artistic ventures that ripple far beyond their own lives. They are architects of possibility. At times, they may struggle with balance. Their idealism may conflict with their impulsive Aries drive, leading to periods of inner tension. They want to act fast, but they also want to act right. They crave recognition, but they also crave authenticity. This tug of war can create restlessness, but it is also the very dynamic that makes them fascinating, complex, and impossible to ignore. Ultimately, those born on March 29th are living embodiments of the Aries fire, but a fire that not only burns, but also illuminates. They remind us that courage is not just about charging into battle. Sometimes courage is about daring to dream, daring to feel, and daring to create in a world that often prefers the safe and the predictable. They are proof that life is meant to be lived boldly, but also thoughtfully, with both heart and flame working together. And now, a little side note. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a thanks button right under this video. Your support truly helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for being here. Now, let's continue. Love and relationships. When it comes to love, those born on March 29th are both irresistible and unpredictable. Their Aries nature infuses them with passion, enthusiasm, and the kind of magnetic presence that draws admirers like moths to a flame. But unlike many Aries who thrive on the chase alone, March 29th individuals carry the added depth of their numerological influence. The number 2 vibration woven into their birth date brings a longing for closeness, understanding, and emotional harmony. This combination of fire and tenderness makes them both exhilarating and demanding partners. Falling in love for them is rarely a gradual process. They are known for their intensity, for the way they can meet someone and feel an almost instantaneous spark. They follow their instincts, and when their heart says yes, they dive in fully. There is little hesitation, little caution. Their partner is often swept up in a whirlwind of affection, spontaneity, and adventure. Candlelit dinners, impulsive road trips, heartfelt confessions, all of these are part of the love language of March 29th Aries. They express affection not only with words, but with actions, surprises, and bold declarations. Yet love is never casual for them. Even when they fall quickly, they rarely love lightly. They give themselves fully, and they expect the same in return. Half-hearted efforts will not satisfy them. They need intensity, honesty, and passion from their partner. If they sense emotional distance, they can become restless, frustrated, or even hurt. Their sensitivity means that they pick up on subtle shifts in mood or energy. A partner who withdraws or hides feelings will leave them confused and unsettled. Marriage for these individuals can be both rewarding and challenging. They approach it with the same passion they bring to every area of life, but sustaining long-term commitment requires balance. They need a partner who is both stable and adventurous, someone who can ground their fiery impulses while still keeping the spark alive. Too much routine suffocates them, too much chaos destabilizes them. The right marriage, therefore, is one where both partners grow together, feeding each other's need for excitement and emotional security in equal measure. Sexuality for March 29th Aries is an extension of their spirit. They are adventurous lovers, unafraid of exploring new dimensions of intimacy. Their approach is playful, experimental, and deeply passionate. For them, sex is not just physical. It is a way of expressing love, trust, and creativity. They thrive when there is emotional depth behind physical connection. Without it, even the most intense encounters feel incomplete. Their partner must understand that intimacy is both an adventure and a sacred bond for them. Despite their fire, they are surprisingly tender in love. They want to nurture, to protect, to uplift. They can be fiercely loyal and devoted, often putting their partner's needs before their own. But their loyalty should never be taken for granted. If they feel unappreciated, dismissed, or betrayed, their fiery side takes over. They may leave suddenly, or worse, they may retaliate with the same intensity they once gave in love. One of their biggest challenges in relationships is balancing their independence with their need for closeness. They crave freedom, adventure, and self-expression, but they also yearn for intimacy, trust, and security. A partner who is too clingy may suffocate them. A partner who is too distant may leave them feeling abandoned. The key is finding someone who can walk that fine line, allowing them space to breathe, while also providing a steady emotional foundation. Friendship often lays the groundwork for their most successful romantic partnerships. They value connection on multiple levels: intellectual, emotional, physical, and spiritual. They want a partner who can laugh with them, challenge them, inspire them, and stand beside them in both triumph and struggle. To them, love is not just about passion, it is about building a true partnership of equals. Ultimately, March 29th individuals bring both fire and tenderness to love. They are romantic adventurers, willing to give everything they have when they find the right person. Their relationships are rarely dull. Instead, they are filled with excitement, intensity, and deep emotional exchange. For those lucky enough to love a March 29th Aries, the experience is unforgettable. It is a journey of passion, vulnerability, laughter, and growth, one that proves love can be as fiery as it is profound. Marriage. For those born on March 29th, marriage is rarely a simple or straightforward path. It is not that they do not desire commitment, on the contrary, they often long for it deeply, but their fiery Aries independence and their sensitive emotional undercurrent create a complex dynamic that makes choosing the right partner both difficult and essential. In their younger years, they may find themselves rushing into relationships with the same impulsive drive they bring to all aspects of life, only to realize later that passion alone is not enough to sustain a marriage. This often leads to early unions that end quickly or intense relationships that burn bright but ultimately collapse under the weight of unmet expectations. They are not destined for failure in love, but they are destined to learn from experience. Each relationship, whether short or long, leaves its mark on them and helps refine their understanding of what they truly need. It is through these lessons that they begin to grasp the delicate balance between independence and intimacy. They want to be free, yet they want to be deeply connected. They want to lead, yet they also want to be supported. These desires can feel contradictory, but in reality, they are simply two sides of the same soul, the warrior and the dreamer. A stable partner is not just helpful, it is essential for their long-term happiness. They require someone who can ground them when their impulses run wild, someone who can offer a calm, steady presence without stifling their fire. This balance is difficult to achieve, which is why marriage for March 29th individuals often comes later in life, after they have had time to explore, stumble, and grow. They must first learn to understand themselves before they can fully understand what they need in another. When they do marry, however, they bring an extraordinary level of devotion and intensity. They pour themselves into the relationship with the same passion that drives their careers, dreams, and adventures. Their spouse is not simply a partner in name but a true companion in every sense, someone they want to share not just their triumphs but their struggles, their vulnerabilities, and their aspirations. They crave a marriage that feels alive, constantly evolving, and never stagnant. March 29th individuals are not interested in relationships that coast along on routine alone. They need excitement, growth, and shared purpose. They thrive in marriages where both partners push each other toward greater heights, where challenges are faced as a team, and where love is expressed not just through words but through consistent, meaningful actions. Their ideal partner is strong enough to handle their fiery energy yet gentle enough to honor their emotional depth. Trust plays a critical role in their marital life. Because of their sensitivity, they need a partner who is honest, transparent, and loyal. Betrayal or deception cuts them deeply and may be nearly impossible to overcome. They themselves are capable of great loyalty once they have chosen their life partner, but they must feel secure in the bond to fully open their heart. Without trust, their fire turns volatile, and conflicts may escalate quickly. Ultimately, for those born on March 29th, marriage is not simply a social institution, it is a sacred partnership. It represents the union of two souls on a journey of discovery, growth, and shared destiny. They may take longer than others to find the right person, but once they do, their marriage can be a profound source of strength, passion, and joy, a union that reflects both the heat of Aries fire and the tenderness of their sensitive inner world. Sexuality. For March 29th individuals, sexuality is an extension of their essence, fiery, curious, and profoundly expressive. They approach intimacy with the same adventurous spirit that guides the rest of their lives. To them, sex is not simply a physical act but a playground of passion, creativity, and emotional connection. Their Aries nature makes them bold and unafraid to explore new experiences, while their deep sensitivity adds a layer of intimacy that transforms physical encounters into something almost spiritual. They are adventurous lovers, willing to try, to experiment, and to push boundaries. This doesn't mean recklessness, it means curiosity, a desire to explore the full spectrum of intimacy with a partner they trust. Playfulness is a hallmark of their approach. They see sexuality as something that should be exciting, alive, and fun, not confined to routine or predictability. In the bedroom, they bring energy, spontaneity, and an openness that keeps the flame of passion burning bright. But despite their love of adventure, they are not shallow or detached in their encounters. For March 29th Aries, sex is rarely, if ever, purely physical. It is an act of connection, a way of merging bodies, minds, and souls. They crave depth, intensity, and meaning in their intimacy. They want to feel seen, desired, and cherished, and they offer the same in return. Their partner will quickly realize that their passion is not just about pleasure but about creating a bond that resonates on multiple levels. Their emotional depth means that casual flings often leave them unsatisfied. They may indulge in them during youthful exploration, but sooner or later, they realize that what they truly crave is connection, the kind of intimacy where vulnerability is shared, trust is built, and love is woven into every touch. Sex without emotion feels empty to them, no matter how thrilling it may appear on the surface. They are happiest when their sexual life reflects both their fiery passion and their tender heart. They are also generous lovers. Their instinct is to please as much as to be pleased, to create an experience that is mutual, fulfilling, and transformative. Their sensitivity allows them to tune into their partner's needs and desires, often intuitively knowing what will bring the most pleasure or connection. This makes them not only exciting but deeply attentive in intimacy. Challenges can arise if their partner does not match their intensity or fails to appreciate the emotional depth they bring to sex. If they feel their partner is detached or uninterested, they may become restless, frustrated, or disheartened. They need reassurance, not just of physical attraction, but of emotional closeness. For them, desire and love go hand in hand, and one without the other feels incomplete. In long-term relationships, their sexual energy rarely fades, it simply evolves. They seek to keep the flame alive by continuously discovering new ways to connect, whether through play, exploration, or shared fantasies. They thrive in relationships where intimacy is a living, breathing part of the bond, not something taken for granted. Their sexuality is a reminder that passion is not a phase but a lifelong journey of connection, creativity, and growth. For those lucky enough to be loved by a March 29th Aries, intimacy becomes more than a physical act. It becomes a celebration of love, life, and shared vulnerability. It is an experience of passion that is fiery yet tender, adventurous yet meaningful, playful yet profound. Their sexuality reflects the very essence of who they are, bold, loving, and endlessly alive. Friendship. For those born on March 29th, friendship is one of the most sacred bonds in life, a space where loyalty, energy, and sincerity intertwine. They approach their friendships with the same passion and fire that characterize every other part of their Aries-driven personality, but their relationships with friends are colored by an unusual depth of empathy, courtesy of their numerological influence. Unlike many who treat friends as casual companions, March 29th people see friends as chosen family, individuals they will fight for, protect, and uplift with all their might. When you are a friend of a March 29th native, you don't just get someone to hang out with, you get a cheerleader, a protector, and often, a guiding force. They are the type who will show up for you in moments of crisis, who will defend your name in a room when you're not there, and who will remind you of your worth when you've forgotten it yourself. Their loyalty runs deep, and their courage often inspires those around them to take risks they would not otherwise dare to take. They believe in their friends without hesitation, and this belief alone can be transformative. Their enthusiasm is infectious. Spending time with them often feels like plugging into a source of energy that never runs out. They encourage laughter, adventure, and new experiences, constantly pulling their friends into exciting plans and unexpected opportunities. Whether it's planning a spontaneous road trip, throwing together a celebration just because, or suggesting a daring new idea, they keep the people around them on their toes in the best possible way. Friends value them for their ability to turn ordinary moments into lasting memories. But this same intensity can also reveal their darker side. They have high expectations when it comes to loyalty, effort, and reciprocity. If a friend is indifferent, unreliable, or less driven, it can frustrate them. They may become impatient with people who move at a slower pace, or they may withdraw if they feel their dedication is not equally matched. Their sensitive nature, though well hidden beneath their fiery Aries exterior, means that betrayals or disappointments in friendship cut them deeply. A single act of neglect or dishonesty can leave scars that are not easily healed. As a result, they often keep their circle small. They may have many acquaintances because their vibrant energy attracts people naturally, but their true friends are carefully chosen. Those who prove themselves worthy of trust and loyalty are welcomed into their inner circle, and once inside, they are cherished forever. Friendships for March 29th people are about quality, not quantity. They prefer a few meaningful, lifelong bonds over a sea of shallow connections. In conflicts, they are fiery but direct. They don't hold grudges for long if the issue is confronted honestly. They respect honesty above all else, and even when they are hurt, they are often willing to forgive if the other person demonstrates sincerity. However, betrayal is another story altogether. If trust is shattered beyond repair, they may cut ties completely and never look back. Ultimately, being friends with a March 29th Aries means being part of a dynamic, passionate, and deeply loyal relationship. Their companionship is full of energy and excitement, but also layered with care, devotion, and a fierce belief in your potential. They are the kind of friends who remind you that life is meant to be lived boldly and that challenges are best faced together. Their friendships often shape the lives of those lucky enough to share them, leaving a legacy of memories, encouragement, and unwavering support. Business and career. In the world of business and career, March 29th individuals are true trailblazers. Their Aries energy ensures that they rarely remain in the background. They have a natural desire to step forward, take charge, and carve their own path. Leadership comes instinctively to them, not because they crave power for its own sake, but because they genuinely believe they can make a difference. Their presence is bold, their ideas are often ahead of their time, and their determination is fierce. They embody the pioneering spirit of Aries, always looking for the next mountain to climb or the next innovation to bring into reality. But unlike some Aries who act purely on impulse, March 29th natives carry a visionary quality thanks to their numerological influence. They are not only fighters, they are also thinkers. They can see the immediate challenge in front of them, the battlefield, but they also understand the broader landscape, the larger strategy, and the long-term goal. This dual capacity makes them especially effective in fields that demand both creativity and strategy. They are entrepreneurs who see beyond the present, leaders who inspire with vision as much as with action, and creators who push boundaries to make something new. They thrive in careers that allow them to combine leadership with inspiration. Sitting at a desk doing repetitive tasks will never satisfy them. They need to feel alive, challenged, and purposeful in their work. This is why you often find March 29th people excelling in dynamic fields such as entrepreneurship, motivational speaking, performing arts, design, sports, politics, or even spiritual and humanitarian work. They want careers that allow them to express themselves, to ignite change, and to inspire others along the way. In business, they are incredible starters. They have the ability to dream big, to rally others around their ideas, and to create momentum where none existed before. Their passion is contagious, and they often serve as the spark that gets projects moving. But once the adrenaline of the beginning phase fades, they may struggle with consistency. Long-term maintenance and detail-oriented follow-through are not always their strong suits. They prefer the rush of creation over the grind of stability. For this reason, March 29th people benefit enormously from strong support systems. Reliable partners, skilled teams, or mentors who can provide structure and grounding are essential to their professional success. When paired with individuals who complement their fiery drive with steadiness and patience, they are capable of achieving extraordinary things. They bring the vision and energy. Their partners provide the endurance and precision. Together, such collaborations often lead to groundbreaking results. They are also natural motivators in the workplace. Their enthusiasm and courage inspire colleagues and employees alike. People admire their fearlessness and often find themselves following their lead without hesitation. Their ability to encourage others, to make them believe in possibilities, is one of their greatest professional assets. In this way, they do not simply lead, they uplift. The challenges they face in career usually stem from their impatience and their aversion to monotony. They can grow restless if progress feels slow or if their work lacks excitement. At times, this restlessness may push them to abandon promising ventures prematurely, moving on to the next shiny opportunity. Discipline, patience, and focus are lessons they must learn if they wish to maximize their full potential. Ultimately, for March 29th individuals, work is not just about earning a living, it is about fulfilling a calling. They want to leave their mark on the world, to build something meaningful, to contribute in ways that resonate beyond themselves. Whether they succeed as entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, or visionaries, they are driven by the belief that their work should reflect both their passion and their values. In the business and career realm, they are forces of nature, dynamic, ambitious, and endlessly inspiring, capable of lighting fires of change wherever they go. Dark sides and challenges. Every flame, no matter how brilliant, casts shadows, and for those born on March 29th, the shadows can be just as powerful as the light they radiate. Their fire, which drives them to accomplish, inspire, and lead, also exposes them to pitfalls that test their strength of character. These challenges are not meant to diminish their greatness, but to shape it, to temper their natural intensity with wisdom, patience, and resilience. The struggles of March 29th individuals are the very obstacles that ultimately carve out their most impressive victories. One of their greatest hurdles is impulsiveness. The fiery Aries nature thrives on action, and for someone born on March 29th, waiting or hesitating can feel unbearable. They want to leap into opportunities, to seize the moment, to act before the chance slips away. While this boldness often works in their favor, helping them take risks others avoid, it can also lead to mistakes that might have been avoided with a pause for reflection. They may agree to commitments they cannot sustain, start projects without a clear plan, or dive headlong into relationships that are exciting in the moment but unsustainable in the long term. Their impulsiveness gives them a wild, adventurous edge, but it also teaches them the painful lesson that not every door needs to be kicked open the second it appears. Restlessness is another shadow they wrestle with. Their boundless energy demands constant stimulation, and when life slows down or becomes repetitive, they quickly grow bored. The thrill of beginnings excites them, but the grind of maintaining progress often leaves them frustrated. They may start dozens of projects, brimming with enthusiasm at the outset, only to abandon them halfway through when the novelty wears off. This restlessness can create a pattern of unfinished ventures, leaving them with a trail of what could have been. Learning endurance, sticking with something long after the excitement has faded, is one of their life's most important lessons. It is through persistence that their fiery visions can crystallize into lasting legacies. Beneath their bold exterior lies an emotional sensitivity that few suspect. March 29th Aries often project confidence and courage, but inside, they are far more vulnerable than they appear. Criticism, even when constructive, can strike them like an arrow. Words linger, replaying in their minds long after the conversation has ended. A casual dismissal from someone they admire can wound them deeply. Their desire to prove themselves often stems not only from ambition, but also from a quiet need for validation and acceptance. They must learn to strengthen their inner resilience, to trust in their own worth regardless of external opinions, and to see criticism not as an attack but as an opportunity for growth. Control issues also haunt them. Their leadership qualities and strong opinions make them natural decision makers, but this can easily slip into a need to dominate. They prefer being in charge, setting the course, and steering the ship. While this can be inspiring, it can also create friction in situations where collaboration or compromise is needed. Authority figures who attempt to restrain them often spark rebellion, and they may find it hard to thrive in rigid environments where they are expected to follow without question. The challenge for them is to learn the difference between leading and controlling, between guiding with strength and stifling with dominance. When they embrace collaboration, they discover that true leadership is not about power, but about empowering others. The key to overcoming these challenges lies in cultivating patience, discipline, and resilience. These qualities do not come naturally to March 29th individuals, but once learned, they elevate their fire into something extraordinary. Patience teaches them to pause before leaping, to consider long-term outcomes before making decisions. Discipline helps them see projects through to completion, transforming their visions into tangible results. Resilience allows them to rise from setbacks stronger than before, turning failures into stepping stones toward greatness. Their dark sides are not flaws to be eradicated, but shadows to be integrated. By acknowledging their impulsiveness, restlessness, sensitivity, and control tendencies, they begin the journey of self-mastery. And it is in this journey, struggling, failing, learning, and growing, that they transform into the fullest version of themselves. The brilliance of their light is not in the absence of shadow, but in their ability to embrace it and shine despite it. Life goals. For those born on March 29th, life is not a quiet journey of conformity. Their souls are wired for impact, for action, for significance. They are not content to simply exist, they are here to lead, to inspire, to blaze trails where none existed before. Their ultimate life purpose is to combine the raw fire of Aries with the reflective wisdom of their numerological influence, channeling both into a mission that uplifts others and leaves a lasting mark on the world. Leadership, for them, is not just about being at the front, it is about vision. They are not satisfied with following established paths, they feel compelled to create new ones. Their goals often revolve around sparking change, challenging systems, and encouraging others to rise above fear and mediocrity. Whether in their careers, their communities, or their personal lives, they want to be remembered as someone who dared to do what others would not. But equally important is their desire for connection. The softer vibration of their birth date reminds them that life is not just about personal victory, but about shared triumph. They long to build relationships, families, or movements that are grounded in authenticity and mutual growth. Their life goals are not purely individualistic, they are communal, rooted in the belief that progress is more meaningful when it uplifts everyone involved. Their deepest satisfaction comes when they feel they are moving forward with purpose. Stagnation is unbearable for them. They thrive when they are building something, whether that something is a career, an art form, a family, or a vision for social change. Progress does not always have to be dramatic. Even small steps toward a meaningful goal can ignite their sense of joy and fulfillment. What matters most is the feeling of momentum, of living life in alignment with their passions and values. Authenticity is another cornerstone of their goals. They are happiest when they are true to themselves, unafraid to express their individuality, even if it means going against the grain. Conformity drains their spirit, self-expression nourishes it. Part of their life's mission is to model authenticity for others, to show that living boldly and honestly, without fear of judgment, is the truest form of freedom. For March 29th individuals, success is measured not just in achievements, but in the legacy they leave behind. They want to inspire courage in others, to light fires in hearts that have grown dim, to remind people that life is meant to be lived fully and fearlessly. Their ultimate goal is not fame or fortune, though those may come, but significance, to know that their existence made the world a little brighter, a little braver, a little more alive. At the heart of it all, their life goals intertwine leadership with love, ambition with compassion, courage with connection. They are here to remind us that the greatest achievements are those that not only build something new, but also bring people closer together. And when they live in harmony with this purpose, their lives become a testament to the power of fire that both burns and warms, that both destroys the old and creates the new, that both leads and loves. Zodiac compatibility. Compatibility is one of the most fascinating aspects of understanding March 29th individuals, because their blend of fiery Aries energy and numerological depth makes them both magnetic and complicated. They are not people who can thrive in just any relationship. They need partners who can embrace their adventurous drive, respect their independence, and yet nurture their sensitive side. The right match is not only someone who excites them but also someone who stabilizes them, creating harmony between fire and calm. When we look at the zodiac, certain signs naturally resonate with their rhythm, while others challenge it in ways that can either spark growth or create conflict. Their best matches are Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Aquarius. With Leo, the connection is fiery and bold, like two flames joining into a roaring blaze. Both signs thrive on passion, leadership, and adventure, making their partnership one of mutual admiration and shared energy. The potential pitfall here is competition. Both like to shine, but when they learn to share the spotlight, they become a dynamic, unstoppable pair. With Sagittarius, the match is built on shared curiosity and the thrill of exploration. Both signs crave freedom, new horizons, and constant movement. Their bond is filled with laughter, adventure, and a sense that life together will never grow dull. Sagittarius gives March 29th Aries the sense of being understood in their restlessness, while Aries provides Sagittarius with grounding energy that keeps their wanderlust productive. Gemini, on the other hand, stimulates their mind as much as their heart. The conversations are endless, the adventures spontaneous, and the chemistry electric. Gemini's adaptability helps balance Aries' intensity, while Aries inspires Gemini to act on their many ideas. With Aquarius, the relationship is visionary and forward-thinking. Both signs dream big, crave innovation, and love challenging the status quo. Aquarius provides the intellectual stimulation Aries craves, while Aries brings warmth and boldness to Aquarius' often abstract ideals. Together, they can inspire each other to create, build, and transform not only their own lives but also the lives of those around them. Good matches for March 29th individuals include Libra, Taurus, and Pisces. Libra brings balance and harmony to the intensity of Aries. Where Aries charges forward, Libra pauses to weigh perspectives, helping calm impulsive energy while still admiring their partner's bravery. This can create a partnership of balance and mutual respect, though Aries must be careful not to grow impatient with Libra's indecision. Taurus offers grounding and stability. While Aries races ahead, Taurus reminds them to slow down, appreciate the journey, and build foundations that last. The dynamic may feel like fire meeting earth, sometimes difficult, but deeply rewarding when both accept the strengths of the other. Taurus offers patience and loyalty, while Aries offers excitement and passion, creating a love that can grow strong over time. Pisces is a fascinating match because it appeals to the emotional sensitivity hidden beneath Aries' fiery exterior. Pisces' compassion and depth soothe Aries' vulnerabilities, while Aries' strength and courage protect Pisces from becoming overwhelmed by their own emotions. Together, they form a balance of fire and water, passion and tenderness, that can be profoundly fulfilling if they respect each other's differences. Challenging matches often include Capricorn, Cancer, and Virgo. With Capricorn, the clash comes from Aries' impulsive daring versus Capricorn's cautious discipline. Aries wants action, Capricorn wants structure, and unless they find a middle ground, they may frustrate each other endlessly. Yet, if both learn to compromise, this pairing can achieve great things. Capricorn builds the plan, and Aries provides the fire to make it happen. Cancer presents another challenge. Cancer values emotional security and stability, while Aries thrives on excitement and risk. Aries may find Cancer too clingy, while Cancer may view Aries as reckless or insensitive. Still, if Aries learns patience and Cancer learns to trust, this union can grow into one where Aries provides adventure and Cancer provides nurturing. With Virgo, the challenge lies in Aries' boldness clashing with Virgo's need for precision and careful planning. Aries charges ahead, Virgo analyzes every step. Aries may feel stifled by Virgo's critiques, while Virgo may feel overwhelmed by Aries' recklessness. But with mutual respect, this pairing can teach Aries patience and Virgo courage. Ultimately, compatibility for March 29th people is not about finding perfection but about finding balance. Their best matches light up their adventurous spirit and celebrate their boldness, while their more challenging matches push them toward growth and self-reflection. They thrive most with partners who can handle both their fire and their tenderness, their independence and their vulnerability. The signs that succeed with them are those willing to dance between excitement and stability, passion and understanding. For March 29th individuals, love is not just about harmony, it's about evolution, and the right partner is the one who helps them become their fullest, truest self. Numerology influence, the power of 2 plus 9. The numerological essence of March 29th is as profound as it is complex, adding multiple layers to their already fiery Aries personality. The number 29 itself reduces to 11, which is considered one of the sacred master numbers in numerology. Unlike ordinary numbers, master numbers carry heightened vibrations, signifying individuals who possess extraordinary potential and a sense of destiny. And when we reduce 11 further, we reach 2, which brings balance, intuition, and partnership. Together, this combination creates a fascinating duality, the visionary energy of 11 paired with the empathetic depth of 2. For March 29th individuals, this means their fire is not just a force of action, it is a force of meaning. The vibration of 2 is especially important because it softens their Aries edge. While Aries is typically independent, direct, and sometimes blunt, the 2 energy weaves in sensitivity, diplomacy, and emotional intelligence. March 29th people are not just leaders who act on instinct, they are leaders who care about the feelings of others, who sense unspoken dynamics, and who yearn for connection as much as conquest. This makes them more empathetic than the typical Aries. They are often the ones who notice when someone is struggling, who intuitively sense tension in a room, and who use their boldness not just for themselves but for lifting up others. The presence of the master number 11 adds yet another dimension. This is the number of visionaries, dreamers, and spiritual seekers. It gives March 29th natives a kind of inner compass that points them toward deeper truths, even when life feels chaotic. The 11 vibration makes them artistic, creative, and often unusually intuitive. They may feel like they are destined for something greater, even if they cannot always articulate what that something is. This sense of destiny pushes them to seek meaning behind their actions, transforming their impulsive Aries drive into purposeful momentum. Together, the energies of 11 and 2 create a paradox that defines March 29th people. They are both bold and sensitive, both fiery and tender, both leaders and nurturers. They may struggle at times with this duality, swinging between moments of fierce independence and deep longing for connection. But it is precisely this tension that makes them so unique. They are not one-dimensional. They are layered, nuanced, and endlessly intriguing. The numerology of March 29th also explains their tendency toward intuition and empathy. They are not content with surface-level interactions, they want to dive deeper, to understand the soul of a situation or a person. They often feel things before they can logically explain them, which can sometimes make them seem psychic or unusually perceptive. This intuitive streak guides them in relationships, careers, and personal decisions, helping them see opportunities or dangers that others overlook. On a spiritual level, the master number 11 calls them to inspire others, to lead not just with power but with example. They may be drawn to roles where they can teach, guide, or create, anything that allows them to awaken potential in others. Their life is not just about personal ambition, it is about contributing to something larger, something that resonates beyond themselves. In practical terms, the numerology of 2 and 11 can also create challenges. The sensitivity of 2 means they may be easily hurt by criticism, while the intensity of 11 can make them feel restless, as though they are always chasing a higher purpose they can't quite grasp. This can lead to periods of self-doubt or anxiety, yet when they learn to channel this energy constructively, they become powerful forces of inspiration. leaders who act with both heart and vision. Ultimately, the numerology of March 29 reveals that these individuals are not ordinary Aries. They are Aries with depth, with intuition, with destiny woven into their very birth date. They are not just here to burn brightly, they are here to shine with meaning, to act with purpose, and to remind the world that true leadership is not about force alone, but about feeling, vision, and the courage to inspire others. Druid Horoscope. In the Celtic Druid horoscope, those born around March 29 fall under the sacred guardianship of the hazel tree, and this symbolism adds layers of richness to their already complex personality. Hazel has long been revered by the Celts as the tree of wisdom, inspiration, and intuition. It is not just any tree in the forest, it is the tree that connects the seeker to hidden knowledge, to the wellspring of insight that lies beneath the surface of ordinary life. People of the hazel tree are natural truth seekers, drawn to mysteries, philosophies, and the deeper meanings of existence. For those born on March 29, this ancient symbolism blends seamlessly with their numerological vibration of 11, the master number of vision and inspiration, creating individuals who feel called to live with both passion and purpose. Hazel-born individuals are storytellers, teachers, and guides. They carry within them a hunger not only for knowledge but for the kind of wisdom that transforms lives. Their curiosity is not shallow or fleeting, it runs deep, pushing them to explore history, mythology, spirituality, and even the secrets of human behavior. March 29 natives, therefore, often find themselves in roles where they pass along this wisdom. Whether through teaching, writing, counseling, or simply being that friend who always seems to just know, they shine when they share insight. Their presence can spark revelations in others, almost as if they hold a key to unlocking hidden doors of understanding. Hazel is also a tree of inspiration, and for March 29 individuals, creativity is not just a pastime but a necessity. They are drawn to music, art, writing, or any form of expression that allows them to translate the unseen into something tangible. Their fiery Aries drive pushes them to take bold creative risks, while Hazel's influence ensures their work carries depth and meaning. This combination often makes them highly original artists or innovators, people who not only produce beauty but also shift perspectives. Their creativity is never empty, it is infused with symbolism, insight, and a touch of magic. The intuitive gifts of Hazel are strong in March 29 individuals. They have an uncanny ability to sense the truth beneath appearances, to pick up on unspoken emotions, and to read the energy of situations with startling accuracy. This intuition, paired with their Aries boldness, often makes them fearless in confronting uncomfortable truths. They are the ones who can cut through illusions, exposing what lies hidden, whether in relationships, careers, or society as a whole. For them, intuition is not just a quiet inner voice, it is a guiding force, urging them to act with clarity and authenticity. Hazel people are also deeply connected to the idea of destiny. In Celtic tradition, the hazel tree was linked to sacred wells of wisdom, guarded by salmon that absorbed divine knowledge by eating the hazelnuts that fell into the water. March 29 individuals often feel as though they, too, are drinking from a source of higher understanding. This sense of being connected to something greater than themselves gives their lives a spiritual undertone. They may feel that they are here for a purpose beyond the ordinary, a mission to inspire, teach, or guide others toward growth and enlightenment. But the hazel tree influence is not without its challenges. With great wisdom comes great responsibility, and March 29 individuals sometimes struggle with the weight of their insights. They may feel frustrated when others do not see what they see or when their advice is ignored. Their intuition can also make them more sensitive to the chaos and negativity of the world, leading to periods of overwhelm. Yet, when they learn to ground themselves and trust their inner rhythm, they transform these challenges into strengths, becoming steady sources of light for those around them. Ultimately, the Druid horoscope reveals that March 29 individuals are not just Aries, they are hazel souls. They are here to weave wisdom with courage, to blend fiery drive with intuitive knowing, and to live as living bridges between inspiration and action. Their gift is the ability to remind the world that true strength is not just in force, but in insight. That fire guided by wisdom can illuminate paths not yet imagined. Vedic Astrology. In the lens of Vedic astrology, March 29th sits at a fascinating point of transition, resting near the cusp of Pisces and Aries. Depending on the year and exact timing of birth, these individuals may carry influences from both signs, blending the dreamy waters of Pisces with the fiery blaze of Aries. Regardless of the cusp placement, Mars, the warrior planet, is their ruler, giving them unmistakable drive, energy, and boldness. Yet, unlike a typical Aries, their energy carries a subtle spiritual undertone, a call to align their ambition with something higher, something meaningful. In Vedic tradition, they are seen as warriors with a cause, individuals destined not just to fight, but to fight for fairness, for dharma, and for the upliftment of others. The Piscean influence, when present, softens their Aries fire with compassion, intuition, and imagination. This gives March 29th natives the unique ability to lead not only with courage but with empathy. They can see beyond the obvious, tapping into emotional and spiritual currents that guide their actions. Pisces adds a visionary quality to their goals. They are not just chasing success, but significance. They want their achievements to matter, to resonate, to heal or inspire those around them. This blending of Mars and Pisces often gives them an almost mystical edge, as though their bold actions are guided by a higher calling. On the other hand, the Aries influence ensures they never lose their spark of independence, courage, and adventure. They are not content to simply dream, they need to act, to move, to conquer. Aries keeps them grounded in the physical world, reminding them that ideas and visions only gain power when they are translated into bold steps. This is why March 29th individuals often seem restless until they find a mission that allows them to channel both their spiritual depth and their raw determination. In Vedic terms, their dharma, their life path, is centered on blending ambition with service. They are not meant to hoard power or chase goals for selfish reasons. Their true fulfillment comes when they use their energy to uplift others, to inspire courage, and to fight for fairness. Whether this means standing up for justice, guiding others toward self-discovery, or using their creativity to awaken new perspectives, their life feels incomplete until it serves a greater good. The ruling planet Mars also plays a significant role in shaping their personality. In Vedic astrology, Mars represents not just courage and action, but also discipline, focus, and the ability to overcome obstacles. For March 29th natives, this means they are naturally equipped to face challenges head-on. Obstacles do not intimidate them, they ignite them. Every barrier becomes a test of strength, every struggle a proving ground. Yet, Mars also teaches them to temper aggression with wisdom. When they learn to act not out of impulse but out of purpose, they embody the true spirit of the warrior sage, strong, fearless, and guided by integrity. Another fascinating aspect of their Vedic profile is their karmic role. Many March 29th individuals carry an inner sense that they are destined for more than ordinary life. They may feel restless in conventional paths, always yearning for something that feels aligned with their soul. This is the influence of their cusp placement, a reminder that they are meant to merge two worlds, the world of dreams and the world of action, the spiritual and the physical, the compassionate and the bold. In relationships, their Vedic chart often shows them as protectors and inspirers. They are drawn to partners who share their sense of purpose or who can balance their fiery nature with calm. Their loyalty is fierce, but their independence is equally strong, meaning they need partners who respect both their drive and their depth. In careers, they thrive in roles that allow them to lead while serving others, fields like activism, spiritual leadership, motivational speaking, healing, or artistic innovation. Ultimately, Vedic astrology paints March 29th natives as individuals with warrior hearts and spiritual souls. They are not here to live passively or quietly, they are here to act, to inspire, and to align their ambition with a cause greater than themselves. Their journey is not always easy. The pull between fiery independence and spiritual compassion can create inner conflict, but it is precisely this balance that defines their greatness. When they embrace their dharma, they become true embodiments of Mars' highest qualities. courage fused with compassion, power fused with purpose. Flower horoscope. The flower linked to March 29th is the honeysuckle, a bloom that perfectly mirrors the magnetic and multifaceted nature of those born on this date. Honeysuckle has long been associated with devotion, sweetness, attraction, and the gentle yet powerful ability to draw others in. Its vines twist and climb, wrapping themselves gracefully around whatever is near, symbolizing not only attachment but also a protective, almost nurturing embrace. For March 29th individuals, this flower captures their essence, alluring, radiant, and impossible to ignore, yet also deeply protective of those they love. Just like the honeysuckle, people born on March 29th exude a natural charm. They do not need to force connections, people are simply drawn to them, enchanted by their warmth, enthusiasm, and authenticity. Their presence can light up a room, making others feel welcome, inspired, and safe. This attraction is not superficial, it comes from the deep well of sincerity and vitality they carry within. Much like the sweet fragrance of honeysuckle drifting through the air, their energy lingers, leaving an impression that is both comforting and unforgettable. Honeysuckle also represents loyalty and devotion, two qualities that March 29th individuals embody in their closest relationships. When they care for someone, it is not halfway, it is with full-hearted intensity. They wrap their energy around their loved ones the way honeysuckle vines wrap around a tree, providing support, protection, and unwavering presence. Their love is not fleeting or shallow, it is enduring, often capable of withstanding trials and time. This is why those closest to them often feel cherished and protected, as if embraced by something both beautiful and strong. The climbing nature of honeysuckle also mirrors their ambitious and adventurous spirit. Just as the plant reaches upward, seeking new heights, March 29th individuals are always striving, growing, and moving toward greater challenges. They are rarely content to stay in one place for long, their souls crave expansion and progress. Yet, like the honeysuckle, they achieve this growth not through force, but through persistence, adaptability, and the ability to weave themselves into their surroundings while still standing out. Spiritually, honeysuckle is associated with intuition and the ability to attract blessings. This ties beautifully to the numerological vibration of 11 found in their birth date. March 29th individuals often find that opportunities, people, and even luck are drawn to them, much like bees to honeysuckle's nectar. This is not mere coincidence, it is the magnetic force of their energy, a quiet but powerful signal that pulls what they need into their orbit. They may not always recognize it, but they carry an aura that makes doors open and hearts respond. At the same time, honeysuckle reminds them of the importance of balance. Just as the vines can sometimes grow too thick, suffocating what they cling to, March 29th individuals must be careful not to become overly protective or possessive. Their devotion, while beautiful, can at times overwhelm those who need more space. The lesson of honeysuckle is that true love and connection are about both closeness and freedom, both wrapping and releasing. Ultimately, the honeysuckle flower reveals that March 29th people are natural attractors, protectors, and inspirers. Their sweetness is not naive, it is powerful. Their devotion is not weakness, it is strength. And their charm is not just external, it comes from the deep roots of their character. Like the honeysuckle blooming in spring, they remind the world of life's beauty, resilience, and the joy of connections that are both tender and strong. Stone horoscope. The birthstone for March 29th is the diamond, a gem that stands as one of the most powerful symbols of endurance, brilliance, and transformation. Diamonds are the hardest natural material on Earth, formed under immense pressure deep within the planet's crust, and this story of creation mirrors the lives of those born on this day. March 29th individuals are shaped by challenges, refined by trials, and strengthened by adversity. They shine brightest not when things are easy, but when they have been tested, tempered, and transformed by life's pressures. Diamonds symbolize clarity, and clarity is a defining trait of March 29th natives. They have a remarkable ability to cut through confusion and see situations for what they truly are. While others may become lost in doubt or illusion, Those born on this day carry an inner lens that focuses sharply on truth. Their directness, boldness, and intuitive insight give them the capacity to illuminate not just their own path, but the paths of others as well. In this way, they embody the diamond's brilliance, casting light where darkness might otherwise linger. Endurance is another diamond quality that resonates deeply with them. Life rarely spares them from challenges, but each obstacle they encounter only makes them stronger. Much like the diamond that emerges from unimaginable geological pressures, March 29th individuals often find that their hardships forge their character. What could have broken them instead makes them resilient, unshakable, and determined. They learn to trust their inner strength, discovering that they are far tougher than they ever imagined. Brilliance, both literal and symbolic, defines their essence. Diamonds sparkle in the light, catching every eye, and March 29th individuals possess the same magnetic brilliance in personality and spirit. They stand out, not just for their fiery Aries energy, but for their ability to inspire others through courage, vision, and authenticity. They are often the ones who motivate others to push forward, reminding them that even under pressure, beauty and strength can emerge. Their brilliance is not only in what they do but in who they are, a reminder that authenticity itself is luminous. Diamonds also symbolize purity and integrity, qualities that March 29th individuals value deeply. They prefer honesty over pretense, truth over comfort, and authenticity over superficiality. When they commit to something, whether it's a career, a relationship, or a cause, they do so with a pure heart and unwavering determination. They expect the same from others, and while this can sometimes make them demanding, it also makes them trustworthy and admirable companions. On a spiritual level, diamonds are believed to amplify energy and strengthen intentions. For March 29th natives, this symbolism aligns with their natural ability to inspire and lead. When they focus their passion on a goal, their energy seems to magnify, attracting opportunities and allies. Their determination is contagious, and their clarity of purpose often inspires others to rise to their own potential. Like diamonds refracting light, they scatter their influence outward, creating ripples of inspiration. However, the diamond also teaches important lessons. Just as the stone requires both time and pressure to form, March 29th individuals must remember that growth cannot always be rushed. Their Aries impatience may push them to seek immediate results, but the diamond reminds them that the most precious achievements come only after enduring the trials of time. Patience, discipline, and resilience are part of their path to becoming the strongest version of themselves. In relationships, the diamond's symbolism of commitment and eternity is especially powerful. March 29th individuals love deeply and with intensity, and when they choose a partner, their loyalty is enduring. Like a diamond that withstands the test of time, their devotion does not fade easily. They may struggle in their early years with impulsiveness, but once they learn the value of steady, enduring love, they become partners who can withstand any storm. Ultimately, the Diamond Horoscope reveals March 29th individuals as people of resilience, clarity, brilliance, and transformation. They are proof that pressure does not destroy, it refines. Their lives shine as reminders that even the hardest challenges can create beauty, and that true strength is not in avoiding trials but in emerging from them radiant, unbreakable, and extraordinary. Final thoughts. Being born on March 29th is not a coincidence, it is a cosmic design, a blending of fiery Aries courage with the luminous depth of Master number 11. To carry this birthday is to walk through life with one foot on the battlefield and the other in the temple of wisdom. It is to burn brightly with the need for action, risk, and movement, while also feeling the constant pull toward meaning, vision, and spiritual truth. March 29th individuals are leaders, lovers, and dreamers, constantly navigating this dual nature, the restless hunger for adventure and the quiet, aching need for emotional intimacy and soulful connection. They are diamonds, forged under pressure, their brilliance not born from ease but from trials. Like the diamond, they withstand heat, weight, and intensity, only to emerge more radiant than before. Every hardship becomes part of their shine, every setback another facet in their unbreakable spirit. And just like diamonds, they cannot be ignored, they catch the light wherever they go, leaving those around them in awe of their clarity, resilience, and strength. They are hazel trees, rooted deeply in wisdom, stretching endlessly toward inspiration. The hazel influence marks them as natural teachers, seekers, and visionaries. Their roots are grounded in truth, but their branches reach outward toward the unknown, forever questing, forever expanding. In them lies the power to blend courage with knowledge, to weave passion with reflection. They stand tall as guides for others, living proof that strength and sensitivity are not opposites but companions. They are honeysuckles, sweet yet unyielding, alluring yet protective. Their charm is effortless, magnetic, a fragrance of spirit that draws others close. People are naturally enchanted by their warmth, their devotion, their laughter. But honeysuckle vines are not only delicate, they are tenacious, wrapping with fierce loyalty around those they love. In the same way, March 29th individuals nurture and protect, holding their loved ones close while inspiring them to grow. Their life journey is rarely smooth, but it is always meaningful. They face impulsiveness, restlessness, and sensitivity as constant companions, yet these challenges are not punishments, they are the fires that forge them. Every leap taken too quickly, every abandoned project, every sharp word of criticism is part of their training, sharpening their awareness, teaching them patience, and guiding them toward mastery of self. For them, struggle is never wasted, it is transformed into wisdom, courage, and resilience. At the heart of it all, March 29th natives live to inspire. They are here to show others that courage is not just about charging into battle, but also about daring to love deeply, daring to be authentic, daring to dream when the world demands conformity. They light flames in the hearts of others, sparking courage in the timid and vision in the weary. Their legacy is not built on quiet conformity, but on bold choices, passionate love, and an unrelenting quest for truth. Their story is one of balance, the diamond's resilience, the hazel's wisdom, the honeysuckle's sweetness, all united by the Aries fire that fuels their every step. To be born on March 29th is to be destined for a life of intensity, beauty, and meaning. It is to carry within both the warrior's sword and the sage's lantern, to blaze trails while guiding others with light. And in the end, their legacy is undeniable. They leave behind not just memories of who they were, but sparks that continue to ignite courage, love, and vision in all who follow.